Students, I will be continuing limit chapter. Okay, that is limit chapter. Last class I have proved a theorem, limit x tending to a x power n minus a power n by x minus a. This is equal to n into a to the power n minus 1. n into n into a to the power n minus 1. Now, also I have told you to write this derivation, okay, because this is a very important derivation, may be asked in the examination for 5 marks or 6 marks, okay. Now, I will just explain some problems. See, problems, evaluate limit x tending to 2 x cube minus 8 by x minus 2, x cube minus 8 by x minus 2. Now, you write it in the form, say, limit x tending to 2, x cube minus 8, write it as, say, 8 is equal to 2 cube by x minus 2, okay. What is this 8? 2 cube by x minus 2. Now, just recall the formula, limit, see, x tending to a, x to the power n minus a power n divided by x minus a, okay. So what is this? N into a to the power n minus 1, 3 into 2 to the power 3 minus 1, see, n into a power n minus 1. So 3 into 2 power 3 minus 1. This is 3 into 2 square. 3 into 4 is equal to 12. Follow this. So it is an application for limit x tending to a of x power n minus a power n by x minus a equal to n into a to the power n minus 1. Now, similarly, let us work out one more problem. See, x tending to 2, x to the power 10 minus 1024 by x power 4 minus 16. See, this is not given in the general form. General form is limit x tending to a of x power n minus a power n by x minus a is equal to n into a to the power n minus 1. Now, we can rewrite this. See, limit x tending to 2. Rewrite the problem. You can write this as x power 10. The limit is x tending to a. Therefore, you write 2 power 10 divided by x power 4 minus 2 to the power 4. X power 4 minus 2 power 4. Now this is same as limit x tending to 2. Limit x tending to 2. See, we write x power 10 minus 2 power 10. In order to apply the formula, some factor is required. What is that? X power n minus a power n by x minus a. Here, x power 10 minus 2 power 10 by x minus 2. Therefore, you write this is, see, by x minus 2 whole divided by x power 4 by x minus 2. What is this? You are dividing the numerator and denominator. Numerator and denominator by x minus 2. Now, just look at the numerator. extending to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a. So what is it tell me? That is 10 into root to the power 9 divided by 4 into, see, even this is x power n minus a power n by x minus a. So that is n into a power n minus 1, 4 into 2 power 4 minus 1. Now this is nothing but 2 5s are 2 2s are, so 5 by 2 into, see this is a 2 power 9 by 2 power 3, 2 power 6, correct? 2 to the power 6 by 2 power 9 minus 3. Again 1 and 2 power cancels, so 2 power 5. This is 5 into 32. So this is nothing but 160. Follow this. So how do you continue with the problem? Tell me. You have to first write this in the form of 2 power 10. After that, you have to divide this numerator and the denominator by x minus 2. Okay? Divide numerator and denominator by x minus 2. Then, this is in the form of x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a. 10 into 2 power 10 minus 1. That is 2 power 9. Similarly, the denominator 4 into 2 power 3. It becomes, see here 2 5s are, 2 2s are, 5 by 2 into, this is 2 power 6. So, power cancels, 5 into 2 power 5. The answer is 160. Follow this. See, one more problem. Limit x tending to 2, x power 5 into root x, 32 into root divided by x cube into root x, 8 into root 2. First read the problem. X power 5 into root x, 32 minus 32 into root 2 divided by x power 3 into root x minus 8 into root 2. Now you write it as, say, limit x tending to 2. First you write x power 5 into root x minus 32 is nothing but 2 power 5 into root 2. Here x cube into root x, 8 is 2 cube into root 2. 2 cube into root 2. Okay? Now we write it as limit x tending to 2. This is x power 5 plus half. Agree with me? What is root x tell me? Root x is x power half. What is root x? X power half. Then x power m into x power n, x power m plus n, x power 5 plus half minus 2 power 5 plus half divided by x power 3 plus half, 2 power 3 plus half. Now it becomes, see, I continue here, that is limit x tending to 2. 2 plus 5 plus half, 2 into 5 10, x power 11 by 2, 2 power 11 by 2, x power 7 by 2, 2 power 7 by 2. Okay, here 2 3s are 6, so plus 1, 7 by 2. Well, once again you just compare this problem with the standard result. What is the standard result? What is it? Limit x tending to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a is equal to n into a to the power n minus 1. Now, in order to apply this rule, the denominator must be x minus a. See, I said the same thing in the first class itself. X tending to a means x minus a is a factor. Therefore, the factor x minus a must be present in the denominator. Now here the given limit is x tending to 2. Therefore, what is that factor actually require? X minus 2. Okay, we need x minus 2. So we write limit x tending to 2, x to the power 11 by 2 to the power 11 by x minus 2, x to the power 7 by 2 power 7 by x minus 2. We are dividing the numerator and denominator by x minus 2. Now, this is in the form of the standard limit. What is the standard limit? Limit x tending to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a. What is it? N into a to the power n minus 1 by n into n, a to the power n minus 1. See, 2 cancels. That is 11 by 2, 2 power 2 1 2, 9 by 2, 2 power 5 by 2. Correct? Now that is nothing but 11 by 2, 2 power 9 by 2 minus 5 by 2, 9 by 2 minus 5 by 2. And further we can write, see, it is 11 by 2, 11 by 2 into 9 by 2 minus 5 by 2, 9 minus 4, 5, 4. So 2 power 4 by 2. This is 11 by 2 into 2 power 2, or 11 into 2. So answer is 20. Okay. So once again I repeat this. This is the given problem. You must write 32 as 2 power 5, 8 as 2 power 3. Then root x means x to the power half. So x power 5 into x power half, that becomes x power 5 plus half. Similarly, this is 2 power 5 plus half. Here x power 3 plus half minus 2 power 3 plus half. Now we get x to the power 11 by 2 minus 2 power 11 by 2 by x power 7 by 2 minus 2 power 7 by 2. Now you divide numerator and denominator by x minus 2. By in order to apply the limit, we need the factor x minus a. Therefore, I want x minus 2 both in numerator and denominator. Now, this is the form of limit x tending to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a. That is n into a power n minus 1. Similarly, 7 by 2 into 2 power 7 by 2 minus 1. Finally, 2 cancels. 11 by 2. 2 power 9 by 2. Here 2 power 5 by 2. 11 by 2 into 2 power 9 by 2 minus 5 by 2. That is 4 by 2. So finally we get the answer as 22. Follow this. Now, I will give you one more example. See, that is limit x tending to minus 2, x power 5 plus 32 by x plus 2. Once again, read the problem carefully. See, this is nothing but limit x tending to minus 2. Here, I am writing x power 5 plus 32 means 2 power 5 by x plus 2. First, recall the formula or recall the rule. What is the rule? Tell me. See, limit x tending to a x power n minus a power n. What is this? N into a to the power n minus 1. Please observe that the rule is applicable only when we have the problem in the form x power n minus a power n by x minus a. But this is not defined for plus. That you should understand. So the rule is applicable for only minus but not for plus. Okay, if that is the case, how will we continue this problem? So you have to again convert, change this plus into minus. See, that is also very simple. Look here, x tending to minus. So we write limit x tending to minus 2. X, see, look at the denominator. I am writing as minus of minus 2. Same fact. Even the numerator we can write. See, minus 2 power 5. See, minus 2 power 5 is how much? Minus 2 power 5 is minus 32. Remember. Therefore, minus of minus is plus. Now don't say minus into minus is plus. That is meaningless. First you have to evaluate minus 2 power 5. What is minus 2 power 5? Minus 32. So minus into minus becomes plus. Now compare the problem with your given result. What does that tell me? What is it? X power n minus a power n divided by x minus a. So this is 5 into minus 2 power 5 minus 1. What is it? n into a to the power n minus 1. So this is 5 into minus 2 power 4. 5 into 16. So answer is 80. Now students, just listen. Suppose if you write x tending to minus 2, this is 32 means 2 power 5, x plus 2. If you directly write 5 into 2 power 4, 5 into 16, you will get the answer is 80. If this is an objective question, then the method is not required. But if it is a subjective question, suppose if you work out like this is wrong. We can't work out like this. Remember, so in order to apply this rule, strictly it must be in the form of x power n minus a power n. That is compulsory, x power n minus a power n. I hope you have understood this. Now similarly, you can solve some problems on this. See, you can just take down some problems and try to problem yourself. See, that is limit x tending to 2, x to the power 5 by 2, 2 to the power 5 by x minus 2. Then limit x tending to x squared minus 4, x root x minus 2 root. Then limit x tending to a, x to the power 3 by 8, 8 to the power 3 by 8, x to the power 1 by 3, 8 to the power 1 by 3. Then limit x tending to 2. Let us write 1 by x plus 1 by 2 by x plus 2. Okay, 1 by x, this is x minus 2, x minus 2. So 1 by x plus 1 by 2, or this is 1 by 8. So you just complete these problems. Okay, complete the problems yourself. You have just apply the given rule. Now I will explain one more problem. See, I will explain this. Slightly the problem is different from the previous one. Minus 1 by x. See, just go through the problem. First, you write the general formula. What is general formula? X power n minus a power n by x minus a. That is equal to n a power n minus 1. Now, all of you just observe the problem and find out, well, after comparing with this result, are they same? No. because here x tending to a, they have given x minus a factor. Here 1 plus x is there, denominator is not in that form. Therefore, first you compare with the general result, find out whether these results problem is similar to the given standard result. So you have to first find out them. But here of course this is not in this standard form. Okay? Therefore what to do? You have to change this. How do you change? You just rewrite it as, see, you write 1 plus x power 5 by add 1 subtract 1. Okay? Add 1 and subtract 1. Why? What you have here? 1 plus x power 5. Correct? Minus 1. Denominator we have got only x. Now you go to the problem. X power n minus a power n by x minus c. X power n, that is comparing with that we have got x. A power n a. So comparing with 1 plus x, what is the factor required in the denominator? 1 plus x and minus 1. Now once again, don't be in a hurry or don't apply, don't hurriedly, you don't go and apply that result now. You read this result. The limiting value is important. Observe the limiting value. What is the limiting value? X tending to a. What is the limiting value? X tending to 0. Therefore, remember this point. This is applicable for x is tending to a. What is that? This is applicable for x is tending to a. But this is not applicable for x tending to 0. So you have to change the limit. How? First we write, put 1 plus x equal to k. We write this. Put 1 plus x equal to k. Or you take it as capital X. Now the problem becomes, listen carefully, 1 plus x, capital X power 5 minus 1 x minus 1. Now when the problem is in small x, the limit is given in small x. When the problem is converted into capital X, you have to change the limit into capital X. How? X tending to 0 implies x is 1 plus x tending to 1 0. That is x is tending to 1. Look here, I am taking 1 plus x is capital X. Okay, what is 1 plus x? Capital X. Now 1 plus x is x. So you are changing the problem from small x into capital X. Now what to do? You have to change the limit also. How do you change the limit? In the previous case, for the limit x tending to 0. Substitute x tending to 0 here. Then x is becoming 1. That is same as x is tending to 1. So limit x tending to 1. Now this is limit x tending to 1. X power 5 minus 1 power 5 x minus 1. Now tell me, what is this limit? X power n minus a power n by x minus a. How much? That is 5 into 1 power 4. Finally, what is the answer? Answer is 5. Okay? Answer is 5. Now tell me, have you figured out the method? Okay. So I have completed this third part. First part, what we have done? Rational, that is factorization method. Second part, rationalization. In the third part, I have proved the result. Now, let us do the fourth part. Then one standard result. Already one standard result is proved. Now, one more standard result I want to prove. That is very, very important result. Prove that limit theta tending to 0, sin theta by theta is 1. Theta is in radians. Theta is in radians. So this is also a standard result. That is limit theta tending to 0, sin theta by theta is equal to 1. Okay? Let us prove this standard result. We prove this. See, Very important. Even this proof is also very important, students. You are supposed to say, remember both. Earlier theorem, what is that? What was that earlier theorem? Tell me. That is limit extending to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a equal to n into a to the power n minus 1. Now, in limit calculus, the second most important theorem is limit theta tending to 0, sin theta by theta is 1. So now, let me just prove this result. Okay? See, for the proof, first we consider a circle. A circle with center at O, with the center at O, and take the radius as R. So, I am just writing, that is, consider a circle with center at O and radius R. Now, you take two radius OA and OB. Take OA equal to OB equal to R. See, this is R. OA equal to OB equal to R. And take this angle as theta radius. Theta power c means theta radian. Now, let angle AOB equal to theta radian. Angle AOB is equal to theta radian. Now, you consider a tangent. You produce this, say, OB. Produce OB to meet this, see. Produce this OB to meet this at T. Now look here. This is produce this OB to meet the tangent at T. Now you draw BM perpendicular to OA. Now draw tangent A to meet OB produced at T. OB produced at T. Draw BM perpendicular to OA. Then join AB. Join AB. So this is the construction required. Some basic construction. But that you consider a circle. You consider a circle with the center at O and radius R. Radius R. You take two radius OA and OB equal to R. Now take this angle as theta radians. You draw the tangent AT. Tangent AT. See, tangent is drawn through A to meet this OB produced at T. Now join A. Now all of you look at this figure. See, from the figure, what do you find? Just look here. See, this is the triangle OAB. You understand this? Triangle OAB. And with this, how much length? Once extra length is there, the extra area is there. So that is sector OAB. And this is triangle OAB. So area of triangle OAB less than area of sector OAB less than area of triangle OAB. Take this as equation 1. Triangle OAB. So once again, see, What do you find from the figure? This is triangle OAB. This is sector because extra area is there. So always area of triangle OAB less than area of sector OAB. See, triangle is only this much, sector is this much. So triangle OAB less than area of sector OAB. In turn, it is totally less than. See, this is less than triangle OAB because this extra area is there. Now we have just to find out this. Areas one by one. Look here. First, area of triangle OAB equal to. Tell me, what is it? All of you look at this triangle OAB. The area is always given by half into length into base into height. Correct? What is the area of triangle? Half into base into height. What is the base? Base is OA. Into height is what? BM. Height is how much? BM. Now, in triangle ABM, tell me what is sin theta? Tell me, in this triangle, what is sin theta? Sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. What is sin theta in this triangle OBM? See, in triangle OBM, not ABM, it is OBM. Tell me, what is sin theta? Sin theta is equal to BM divided by OB. Okay? BM divided by OB. Therefore, what is the BM? OB into sin. Follow the point? So that is half in OA into OB sin. That is half. OA is R, OB is R into sin theta. Half R square sin. What is this? Half R square sin. I repeat this. You go to this triangle. Okay? You go to this triangle OB, OAB. Area of triangle OAB is half into base. What is base? OA into height BM. Now I want to find BM. For that you take triangle OBM. What is sin theta here? BM by OB. Sin theta is BM by OB. So BM is equal to OB sin. Next we have area of sector OAB. You have studied the same in first year. Half R square theta. Next, area of triangle OAT. See again, OAT. This area, that is half into base into height. But then half into base into height. That is half into OA into 8. Half into OA into 8. Now, tell me, what is it? Half OA. I want to find 80 because I need this 80, correct? Now, in triangle, you write the side OA. Tell me what is tan theta. Come on. In this triangle, see, what is tan theta? Tan theta is always opposite side divided by height adjacent side. What is tan theta? Opposite side divided by adjacent side. So what is it? AD by OA. So what is AD? OA into tan. So that is half into OA into tan. This is half R into tan. Half R square tan. So I have got this. See, area of the triangle OAT, how much? half into OA into A. See, OA is R, AD is not known. That is the reason why I am changing that. Even you should understand this. Why we are changing AD? Because AD is not known. So by using this right-handed triangle OAD, we can write tan theta as AT by OA. Okay? What is tan theta? AT by OA. Now, finally, you substitute in 1. Go to this equation. What do you get? Triangle OAB half R square sin theta less than area of the sector OAB half R square theta less than area of the triangle OAB half R square tan theta. Okay, half R square tan theta. Now, you can find half R square, half R square, half R square common. So, this implies cancelling half R square. What do you get? Sin theta less than theta less than tan theta. Sin theta less than theta less than tan theta. Okay? So, we are dividing by half R square. What do you get? Sin theta less than theta less than tan theta. Well, now what do you want? Limit theta tending to 0, sin theta by theta. So, you divide equation 2 by sin theta. What do you get? Sin theta by sin theta. Theta by sin theta. Tan theta by sin theta. That is 1 less than theta by sin theta. Now, tan theta by sin theta. Tan theta is how much? See, tan theta is sin theta by cos theta by sin theta. Sin cancels. So this is 1 by cos theta. Okay, that is 1 by cos theta. I hope you understood this. See, we got equation 2. After that I have divided by sin theta. Then I am getting this. Here tan theta is sin theta by cos theta. So sin theta cancels. Now, once again you read the given result. Limit theta tending to 0, sin theta by theta. But what you have here? Theta by sin theta. Okay? So we need sin theta by theta. But what is given here? Theta by sin theta. So you have to take the reciprocal. Well, taking reciprocal, how? That is 1 greater than sin theta by theta greater than cos theta. See, you can always write 2 less than 3, correct no? But 1 by 2 is greater than 1 by 3. When you take reciprocal, the inequality changes. Then you apply the limit. See, you apply the limit. Limit theta tending to 0. So, 1 greater than sin theta by theta greater than theta. You apply the limit. Limit theta tending to 0, 1. Limit theta tending to 0, sin theta by theta. That is limit theta tending to 0, cos theta. Now, this is 1 greater than theta tending to 0, sin theta by theta greater than 1. Why? Limit theta tending to 0, cos theta is how much? Cos 0, 1. Now, you get a limit which is strictly greater than 1, less than 1. Is it possible? No. Therefore, limit theta tending to 0, sin theta by theta is equal to 1. Therefore, limit theta tending to 0, sin theta by theta is equal to 1. Now, once again, I'll explain in brief. Consider the circle with the center O and radius R. Take two radius OA and OB. Draw the tangent to meet OB at T. Then draw BM perpendicular to OA. Join AB. Take angle AOB as theta radians. Then from this figure, area of triangle OA less than area of the sector OA less than area of the triangle. Find area of the triangle, sector and triangle OA. You will get this equation. Divide by half r square. You will get this sin theta less than tan. Now, I want to get sin theta by theta. Therefore, divide by sin theta. Sin theta by sin theta, theta by sin theta, tan theta by sin theta. This is 1, theta by sin theta. This is sin by cos by sin theta. So 1 by cos. You take the reciprocal, you get this. When you take reciprocal, the inequality changes. Therefore, apply the limit. You will get cos 0, 1. So, a quantity which is strictly more than 1, strictly less than 1, not possible, hence it must be equal to 1. Okay? So, this result you have understood. Once again, students, you have to write this. You have to write this result minimum 3 times, because you have to remember the proof of this limit theta tending to 0 sin theta by theta equal to 1, as well as limit extending to a x power n minus a power n equal to n into a power n minus 1. Both the results you have to memorize. It's compulsory. Okay? I hope you understood this. Okay.